Welcome to this QV report tutorial, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use a very important tool for the creation of reports, which is a table, and how to connect cells from a table to the data. So to start, I have prepared this table example, which is basically a blank report already connected to the data coming from the usual data demo ClickView file that we've shown already in several of our videos. So check, for example, the report wizard video for reference. What I'm going to try to do here is to replicate, well, eventually with a different format, but basically the same object, which is this table. Okay, so it's a table composed by two different rows, and we have 6 columns here. My table is going to be only 3, but basically the object that I will try to get in the end is something that looks pretty much like this. Okay, so to do that, I switch to my table example report and I start. The first thing that I need to do is to add a band that's missing for the moment in my report. So I right click on the report grid and I insert the band that I want, which is group header. The second step is to drag and drop one new table object from left to right, and I can start playing with it a little bit. So that's the first table or the first row. I can use Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V just to copy it, and I can put the second row down here below. Okay, eventually I reshape a little just to make sure that the size of the first and the second table match. So the first table, the cells of the first table, I'm going to use them as labels for my data. So what I'm going to do here is to add these labels just to make data more readable. So these are just the labels of the fields that are going to appear in the table. The number of tweets by month for Obama and Romney. In the second row, I need to connect each and every cell to the data. So I'll use the data binding function here, and I connect the first cell, which corresponds to month, to the data for the month field. The second cell, I'm going to connect it to the number of tweets for Barack Obama, and the third and last is going to be connected to Romney's tweets. Okay, so this is, I'm halfway through. You see, data are already in my report, just they don't look very nice for the moment, but this is a pixel perfect reporting environment. I can play with it. I select the table and I start. I can just change the colors, and I can make it look definitely nicer than that. So I'll make some changes. Well, this already looks slightly better. To format the second table, I'll do something a bit more elaborate, which is I'm going to go below here in the properties of the table. I'm going to apply styles by lines. So for even lines, I'm going to use a new style, which basically I'm just going to change the background of the cells. I'm going to use white, and for odd lines, I'm going to use a reddish color. See if I can find one. Tomato. Okay. And you see, it looks already nice. Maybe this is a bit too wide, so I can reshape it a little and see the result. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, as in the president reports, I want to add these other label sources because I want to get a grouping of data by source. So I'll revert to my table example and I'll add another label. I'm going to put it here. Well, I need two labels, one just for the label itself and the second one to be connected to the data. So I'll call this one source, and I connect the second one to the source data, which I still find in the data binding, and there it is. Well, but if you print preview, you see these already changed, but I want this source and news article to appear in each and every one of the pages. I just don't want it to be here and only in the first page. So how to do that? Well, I go on the group header properties and I click on repeat on every page. When I go back to the print preview, you can see now I have it on each and every page. The problem is when the source changes and from new articles I get tweets, the change is not automatically. I would like to break it as it is here in the President report. So I would like a page break exactly like we have it here. You see, up to this page I got tweets coming from news articles, and all of a sudden, the source from news article switches to tweets, and I have a nice page break here. So how to do that? Well, in group header, I get here in collections, I add group field collection editor, and here in the field name, I just connect it to source. This should do the trick. So when I get the print preview, you'll see that now at some point when from news article I pass to tweets, I have a break. What I'm missing here is clearly to add the page break. I have a break in the data, but I had to add the page break, which I can do before the band or after the band. So that was just a break in the data. Now I have a page break every time source changes. So you see that completes the job. Here, new articles, I have a break in the data, which is also a page break before getting to tweets. And this concludes the first part of the presentation of the video on how to use tables in QV report. Just check the second part in which I'm going to show you how to include sums and aggregation of data. Okay, thank you for watching.